Okay, group. Good evening. Back again with another video, man. About to go pick up my significant other, the wifey, man. From work. It's the afternoon. I've been busy all day. I'm just now putting a video out for today. It's gonna be short, but I just want to give an outline of how to become a private citizen. Okay, I'm giving an outline of how to become a private citizen on my way to pick up the wife and get people. Okay, so I want to say, yeah, most of us, we do start out with authenticating the birth certificate. That's number one. Okay. I'm not going to go into deep details about it, but that's like the first thing you want to do. You want to get with your state. You know, you want to get your apostille from your state. Some states has an authentication form. Some states has a apostille form. You want to get with the Secretary of State and grab that, and find your head convention treaty country to add to that form. I can give you one. Jamaica is one that I use. You can use that. You have others. Just go look up the list of head convention treaty countries, right? Use those countries. As they say, what country you're going to put on there, or you're going to visit, just put Jamaica, or one of those head conventions listed on. All you got to Google it and get it. You feel me? Get it. Then you fill out your form properly. Make sure you add that head convention that you're going to possibly visit. Okay? It's just the reason why you probably say, well, what you mean visit? Because they're going to ask you what country you're going to visit, because most people get their birth certificate authenticated because they go to other countries. In the other country, if something happened with you over there, they can say, oh, that's a real birth certificate. Birth certificate. That is the reason why on the other side you get your birth certificate, but you really don't understand that you taking control of that birth certificate while you are authenticating it. That is the purpose of it, to say that is a real birth certificate. It is not made up. They are vouching for you. That is a real document. Okay. Next, once you get that birth certificate back and you send it to, first of all, you send, man, I tell you, people out here be driving crazy. I gotta watch out. Okay, so when you get the birth certificate, man, back from the Secretary of State, because your state is going to authenticate it. Like I say, some places have a authentication form, or some have apostilles. See which one your state has, right? Once they come back, you will send it to the federal. Okay? You will send it to the federal. You go in there and find the form for authenticating your birth certificate on the federal level. Now, as you can see, I'm driving. I don't, off the top of my head, like I said, I'm not trying to make this video long. Off the top of my head, I can't get you the form name right now. Right on top of the head, because I'm trying to give you an outline through this real quick. Okay, so later you can probably ask me and I'll give it to you. Okay, so that just go on there and say the form to a federal form to authenticate your birth certificate. Okay, it'll give you that form. If y'all don't have the form, I will give you a printout of this form that you use. Okay, so now step 2, once that done, okay, I'm gonna give you the process. The process of that will probably be a 2-month process at the most. It depends on your lacking or what you're doing. At the most 2 months wait time, right? No longer than that. It shouldn't be. Okay, so after you do that, then you can start working on your status. You have different status documents. Me personally, and I know some of you guys in the group has seen that heard that I be saying DOS, right? That stands for Declaration of Status, right? You got Declaration of Status. You got other forms too to correct your status. I don't use those. I use Declaration of Status. Okay, a Declaration of Status. Everybody has a different type one. Mine's is like a real packet. It's not no 2-3 pages. It's a packet, right? So if you're interested in that, you can let me know. Hit me up. I'll point you. I got that document. You know, that document is not cheap. I'm going to tell you that now. So if you get with me, you ask me, hey, you know, how much is for your DOS document? I can let you know then. Then I can get you a link, and you can go get that document. I will have that document ready for you before you pay for it. You just let me know. I get it prepared for you. Have your directions, have a video step by step on how to do everything, you know. Okay. Once you do that DOS, you will actually file it in the county that you reside in. If you can't do it in your county, try to find a county anywhere around you. You can file it out in another state if you can, if you know where to file it. I can't. I filed mine's not in my county because my county don't do those type of documents. So I had to research, and you know, plus I had a little help with that. So I'm going to admit that I did mine in another state. So after you file it, what happens is that your original private citizen once it's filed, because it becomes what it is, law. Okay, when you file something in your county, it becomes law again. Okay, so after you get done with that, okay, now mind you, yes, I can help. I have these documents. You know, if there's other documents you want to use that doing this, you can do it. You know, you have to notify the 16 parties, officials, local officials, so they will change your status in the system. Okay. Once you do that, you have a 30-day wait. You're gonna wait after when you file your notice. Okay, when you notify these 16 parties, after you notify these 16 parties with this DOS, because you're gonna have to give everybody a copy of your DOS, the packet. So that's 16 certified mailings that you have to send off, and you will send those off, and you have to wait 30 days, let it cure for you. You know, once you see, it's a process, people. It's a process. Okay, so you wait your 30 days. After 30 days, you do a notice of interest. I got those documents. If you know how to make a notice of interest, you know, you make sure that everything's copacetic. They ain't rebut nothing. You give them 30 days of that. Then you have 2 more documents to send to them. After that, let them know, okay, we realize you didn't rebut anything. So guess what? We know that you are trustees now. President, Treasurer. Okay? After that, 30 days of wait. You got 2 more forms to send. Like I said, you have a notice of interest and another form. I will get that name of that form to you later. I can't get off the top of my head. Again, I'm just trying to outline the steps, right? Give you a little piece, right? So I'm mentioning I'm going to help the best way I can. I try to put a video out every day to kind of keep you on point. So this is something to think about, so you know what my process is. This is not. I'm telling you what works, okay? What works and what worked for me. You know, when you start seeing all these changes in the systems and people giving you hints of everything when you're dealing with these people. And I'm gonna give you a little spill of that. I know I forgot about the police officer. I know I forgot about the SSA, stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you about that as soon as I get through with this. So I'm gonna knock this down. It's 9 minutes, okay? So I hope y'all getting this, right? Just go back and rewind this video, slow it down on what I said, write it down, right? After you get through with the notice of interest, okay, and all that. That's the first part of becoming a private citizen. Next part, you want to take care of the debt of the all caps taxpayer, right? After the 30 days is up, from that the notice of interest and everything like that, then you go into taking care of the national debt. Okay, people, I had a funds for that too. That's why I've been screaming, the BOE, Bill of Exchange, people. Maybe talking about that. You don't know what you're talking about Bill of Exchange, but this is how you do it. I'm not going to go into detail. You got to get with me. We talk about it, okay? But we're not going to talk about this until you handle all your business, become a private citizen first, okay? We don't talk about the next step until you handle your business. I'm just giving you an outline right now. You do not do nothing until you handle one other business. If I mentor you, you will not do everything at once. You're going to do one thing at once, and you're going to wait your time. Let it go. I usually wait 45 days before I do the next step. Now, everything is not that, but you have 3 parts that you have to wait like that. Okay? It's a process. Again, you have to be patient. This is not a rush job. None of that. You got to be patient. Let it cure. Let them know. Get notified. Let them know who you are. Right? Okay. So once you pay the national debt, after the national debt comes the special stuff. Everybody talk about going to get cars with 1099As and doing OIDs. I ain't worrying about that because I'm dealing with the people, the trash, right? You know who that is, the treasury, man. So, if you want to discharge debt, we handle our obligations through them. We take care of, not set aside. So that's the little spiel, the outline of the process. But once you are mentored, yes, I can help. Again, I stress, and I know you seen my text messages in the group. It's not given. You have to want it for yourself. It's an investment for yourself. And no, I'm going to constantly say that because people, they want to come in and try to ask me to do this and do that. My work is not going to be just given. I'm giving it to you now. But the other issues for you to handle your business, we're going to get deep and for real about it. We're not going to play with it. I'm going to be serious about it. I'm going to help, okay? So I gave you a little history on some of the videos and stuff like that. I got a little more stuff coming and give you a little more history. I ain't done yet. I'm just giving you an outline of how to become a private citizen, people, okay? So just bear with this, okay? So I will be in a minute, have everything ready for people to go, if they're interested, they can go get that link that I'm going to put out and give it to them, but you won't get the link until I give it to you on, if you're interested. I'm not just throwing it in the group because it would not be in the group, okay? So, now I'm going to give you a spiel on, I forgot to tell you about the police experience, and I forgot. So, I think I might have talked about the SSA already experience, but I'm going to give it again for those who didn't catch it or even seen the video. So, when this is showing proof of, and you have to catch the signs. That's what I mean by catching the signs, okay? So when you do this process and you wait and let your stuff ride on out to 30 days, but like I said, I wait 45 days before I do the next step, okay? And you start noticing things. One thing, I did post my toe tag where it showed my name twice with a comma. That's just saying they acknowledge my sole beneficiary, agent of record, right? My status. They respect my status, so they put that on the record, and then they let me know by doing what they did, right? Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the SSA. The SSA, what I did, I went up there, I misplaced my social security card. I think I did talk about this, but again, I'm gonna talk about it for the people that didn't hear or see the video. So, just a second, I'm park right quick. Okay. So I went to the Social Security Administration office, man, and when I went up there, I took my application because I misplaced my social. Man, I had just misplaced it. I don't know how I did that. I didn't have my stuff kept straight, right? So I go and in there and hand the lady my application. She typed my name in, and she looked at the application and looked at me and looked at the screen, stared at the screen, and then she said, "Oh, status change." And I looked like in surprise, but I wasn't surprised. And I said, "Oh yeah." All I could answer is yes, ma'am. And then we went into a spiel. They're gonna try you. Just know this, people. They're gonna try you when you become a private citizen. They're gonna try you, see if you're gonna stick to your guns. So she says, "Okay." She looking at my ID. She looking at my driving license, and she looking at my application. And she looked down. She was like, okay. She seen down there where you got the selection. I can't think of the box right now, but the box at the bottom, towards the bottom on the right, you have selection. You got to start with self, another box, and other, right? So I marked other, because other means you are standing in for the all caps name, okay? And you put sole beneficiary, agent of record in that spot, right? But you fill it out normal for the rest of it, right? And you sign it as the sole beneficiary and agent, right? That's how you sign it, okay? So I did have my birthday off on it. I'll be honest, I had my birthday off on it, and I was taught that, but you don't necessarily have to do that, because that's going to cause a stall. They're going to use that as a stall tactic. So, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute, okay? Because it's out of place anyway. So I was taught to do my form like that, but you don't have to do it. It's a lot of things you don't have to do. So what happened is that she was like, well, no. She looked at my ID. She seen, my name on my ID, and she seen me. She knew it was me. And she was like, well, is this you? I'm like, on the paper. And she was pointing at the name. So when she was pointing at the name, my all caps, right? The all caps. She was like, is this you? And I said, you got to pay attention, people. When you get tested, you got to pay attention very clearly. It's like you go to a whole nother world, right? First thing I want to say is that you have to have your mind. I know your mind is programmed to be in the public, right? But you have to, if your goal is to become a private American citizen, right? You have to train your mind in that category right now, right? Because you will get, when they test you, you will freeze. I had trained my mind to get out of the public and be like, hey, listen, everything I do now, I'm moving. I don't even have my paperwork ready yet. I started from there. I didn't wait till I got my paperwork. I started from the time I went to visit my mentor and we talked. I trained my mind from there all the way out to now. I did not hesitate. I said, for now on, I'm not thinking like that. I didn't even have my paperwork done, people. I'm telling you, you have to do that. Because when you get tested, you will freeze up and you will have a problem. And then they're going to look at you like crazy, like, well, I guess you don't know what you're doing. You're just talking shit. This is why it's important, too, for you to study and understand, too. So you can spit that, pronto. You might freeze a little bit, but it's going to pop right out. Hey, no, this is who I am. You're not going to make me be who you want me to be, right? Because they'll try you. So this is exactly what happened to me in the SSA office, right? So I'm in there, and they say, oh, well, we need you to mark. Okay, well, so is this you on the ID? I said, yeah, that's me on the ID. But she was like, well, okay, this is you on the ID. So this is you not on the form, pointing at the name. Gotta catch the hints. She said, okay, she pointed at the all caps name on the application. I said, no, that's not me, right? You have to see these things. You got to train your mind on these things, right? Because they coming fast at you. No, that is not me. You got to see what she's doing, what she's saying at the same time, her actions. Nope, that's not me. You pointing at that all caps name on the application. That's what she's doing. That's the challenge they giving you to see if you know where your ass at, right? So they're saying, okay, is this you on the application? Pointing at the all caps name, pointing at it. And I said, nope, that's not me. So she said, so this ain't you on the ID. I said, yes, that's me on the ID. But listen, she wasn't pointing at the name. She was pointing at the picture. She was pointing at the picture. So that tells me she's trying to check me to see how smart I am, right? If I'm paying attention to her. You get what I'm saying, people? So, okay, so she says, okay, well, you don't want to fill out you need to put self right here. They was trying to force me to put self on there, knowing you have these other options down here that says other, and you're looking at what I said. I say, ma'am, you don't know what this is? She said, yes, I know what this is. I've been working here for years. That right there let me know she was testing me. Okay, people, you have to catch it. So she said, hold on, I'll be right back. She go get her boss, right? I knew that was happening. She comes back and she say, well, hey, here's my boss. My boss want to talk to you. So he comes up, he just, okay. So you're not going to change your selection to self. I say, dude, why would I change it to self? Y'all paperwork states that someone can sit in and get the Social Security card for somebody. So who's sitting in to get the Social Security card? Is the look right there, it says other. I said, you don't see that? I didn't go into no directions. Like, I didn't go into details. I said, do you see that in the corner that says other? That's who I am. You don't see that other right there. Well, sir, you need to put self on here. I said, why would I need to put self on there? He asked me again. He said, is this you on this application? Pointing at the name, the all caps. I said, nope, that's not me. He said, so this ain't you on the ID? I said, yes, that's me on the ID. Pointing at the picture again. Not at the name, pointing at the picture. So he asked me again. They always ask you in threes. He asked me 3 times. He said, so this ain't you on the application? I said, no, that's not me. He said, sir, I think you need to put self down here. I said, dude, come on, man. Come on. That's all I said. Come on, man. I say, really, man? Do you see it? I said other down there. And do we have, it's a person that's supposed to, it has the right to sit in and get, and I don't have to have a Social Security number to get somebody else's Social Security card for them, right? You don't let anybody tell you that. It asks you on the machine if you go in there. You got a Social Security card? Nope. You got a Social Security number? Nope. Oh, you getting the Social Security? Are you the one getting the Social Security card for for the entity? Yes. I'm just saying it like that, but that is the question. It's not directly like that, but I'm just saying it that way so you can make it simple. This shit's simple. Okay? So I said, yes, I'm getting it. I'm the one getting it for that entity, right? So I go in and go to the desk and then go through all that. So dude tell me, I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna go to the police real quick. So dude wrap this up. And he say, well, I guess we're gonna just have to deny you. So he gives her my paperwork. She said, okay, well, we'll send everything to this address that you put on the application, right? I said, yes. I say, for sure, yes. And so she said, well, you'll be hearing from us in a few days. I said, okay. So yes, I did get it. I did get a denial, but the denial was a denial like they was never going to give me one. All they did is say correct the date on it. I had the date was off, right? So I put my birthday in the right spot. but they didn't make me put self down there. And I still signed in sole beneficiary all cap. I mean lowercase. Let me get this right. I said that wrong. I signed in. Let me slow down. I signed in by sole beneficiary agent, and I wrote other and said sole beneficiary agent of record. Okay? They already know it's in their computer. So when I write it on there, what they try to do is trick you to say self so you can fuck up your whole spiel with the Social Security Administration. You got to stand your ground, people, no matter how much you feel nervous and scared about the situation. They cannot make you do shit you don't want to do. They're not going to call the police. They're not going to harass you. They're going to just try to convince you, but they're not going to attempt. Don't never, ever, 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 ever let another human being intimidate you, ever. The only intimidation anybody can give me, or the only energy, I'm going to say that intimidates me is God. No other energy intimidates me. So you have to carry that mindset too. Okay? Nothing can harm me but God. Okay? Because it's God's law. I mean, so I'm going by his law. So I'm not caring about what you're talking about. You're not going to make me do that. You can't make me. Who is you? Okay. Into that. So I'm going to go back because I've been saying like 2 videos now about the police officer, and I keep on forgetting to talk. But I won't forget this time, people. Okay. So what I did was I was going fishing with my family, right? Because I love fishing. So I go to the Bass Pro shop. We go in the Bass Pro. It's early in the morning. Police pull up in there. I ought to try something. So I go, he walks up. We still waiting on Bass Pro, ain't even open yet. We there like 10, 15 minutes early. So we standing out there, and he walks up. He say, "How you doing, sir?" I say, "How you doing, sir?" And I say, "Can I ask you a question?" He said, "Yeah, sir, sure." I say, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a private citizen. He looked at me and he shook his head like, okay. I say, but no, I will tell you, I'm not a sovereign citizen, but I'm a pre-March 1933 private citizen. And I know you know, probably maybe you heard of us, and I accept your oath while I'm standing here talking to you. So he was like, sure. I said, so I just really want to know, like, if you was to stop me, what they say about private citizens in the system, like what would this say? He said, well, it just really depends. I mean, it might just, it's just gonna still tell us your background, who you are. It's gonna tell us if you have warrants and your stuff like that, like the public. Now remind you, I know this already. They not gonna tell you shit. They not allowed to tell you shit. They don't want you to even know your status. Old girl at the SSA slipped up and said it out her mouth. But I know it was changed because I sent shit to y'all too. So I sent it to the sheriffs. So I really ain't ran myself in the system or nothing like that. But yeah, I did. I take that back. A partner of mine, her husband, she ran my name, but it said he said, oh, he good. Like that, right? But he didn't say what it said because they're not allowed to say that. Now, if you got a cool officer that's like, don't give a fuck, he might tell you, oh, it said this, I can't. But police officers really don't supposed to tell you nothing, right, about what they see. They don't supposed to say. So I expected that from him. So when I was talking to him, he was like, yeah. He said, yes, now he did give me this though. He said himself when I put it into my video. Yeah, sovereign citizens. Yeah, we're taught how to approach them and handle them, and that's all he said. And I was correct about what I said. See, this is what I've been meaning to tell you about the police. This is not made up. This is real, people. I mean, I talked to the police officer myself. I said, man, and I let him know, hey, I'm telling you right now, we're different. I'm a private citizen. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm telling you that I'm not a sovereign. I accept your oath. He understood everything I was saying. And when I said, so he said, so what's the difference? He asked me. He said, so what's the difference in private citizen and sovereign citizen? I said, we most definitely not anti-government. We not anti-police. I can tell you that. We accept your oath. We're not a threat. But, I'm not a sovereign citizen. He said, yeah, we're taught to handle sovereign citizens. We talk about them a lot. I've come across a couple of them, but they really they're something else, man. I said, I know they are. He said, I said, officer, I don't mean to hold you. I'm going to go in here and get my fishing equipment. He said, man, nice talking to you, man. You have a good day. I hope you catch some fish. Hey, man, I told you have a good day too, man. I'm going to go in here and move around. See, people think that you're supposed to hate the police. I mean, by nature, it's been a lot of things, police brutality, stuff like that. Yes, but, and I hate that. I do hate that part, man. They handle us colored label people in the wrong manner. I do hate that. But, I'm not going to say but, man, because that sounds kind of fucked up, but you have to look at it too. You have to handle things in a manner not to put yourself in their way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in the streets all the time, because I don't. I'm married. I'm glad, I'm happy to be married. Listen, man, I stay the fuck out the way. I go fishing. I take my family, out to eat, movies. We hang out at home. We stay at home sometimes on the weekends. We don't really do nothing. Work, handle our business, and stay at home, man. Because person might say that's a boring life. Really, it's not a boring life. It's you staying, because you're constantly exposing yourself to the shit out here, right? You're constantly exposing yourself to this bullshit out here. You don't want to really do that, man. You encounter the police all the time, and then some people put themselves in those positions because they go into the wrong neighborhoods, they hanging around with the wrong dudes, they hanging on the streets, and and sometimes it don't be that. It don't be that. But sometimes it is on us, people. It is on us. But I'm not vouching for them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we have to think better too. We also have to think better because they don't care for us, period. Anyway, again, you the enemy. It don't matter what label you are, color you are. It doesn't even matter. But I'm gonna cut this video off, man. I just wanted to give y'all a little outline. Like I say, I didn't come with a good history video today, but I will come back. I had some other things to do as far as business and stuff like that, dealing with paperwork and all that. But I'm getting some things ready for y'all to be able to be mentored. So again, you can holler at me if you're serious. I got you. Peace. I'm out. Chill.